This is nothing. Where are we at, Art?
So you're on the reservation, on the Tohono reservation. This is the #1 area for gotaways in the entire country. And as you can see, I mean, this structure is great because it helps with the flooding that they had through here and through this wash, and it helps, you know, the traffic and agents that are trying to patrol the area. But it also, there's no structure of a wall, of a barrier. It's no surprise onto why this area is the #1 area for gotaways in the entire country.
So if we walk through here, I mean, this is how hard it is to go from Mexico.
So what you just did right now,
yeah,
going over this right here,
yeah,
and crouched out of this tunnel, this is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, this is the hardest part. Because if you look towards the other end, the actual line of demarcation, it's a barbed wire fence. So this right here is actually the hardest part of people trying to come into the United States.
I'm gonna go over here. So this is it. That's Mexico, and they just come right over here. Yeah. So I'm a drug smuggler. I'm a human trafficker. I'm a bad dude that has bad intentions. I just walk over here. I actually cross right up there because this is ridiculous. This is not even like, this is like a ladder built to climb over. Right there. So I just climb up. That's it. Boom. So I start in Mexico. I come up here. I walk over here. I step down.
That's how the cartels will use these big groups to distract the agents. It's far from a processing area. So when you come out here and you catch a big group, you got to drive all the way to processing. And that, again, you know, that leaves times here. And, you know, if people talk about technology is great. But at the end of the day, the technology is just telling you groups are coming through and you're not catching them. And that's what makes it more difficult. That's what ruins the morale amongst the agents as well, is that they're seeing that each and every day. And no help in sight from the White House. This could end today if they had the political will to actually bring in policies that would stop this. Because if people were getting detained and not just getting released, then the incentive to come would stop. The false claims would stop. And not only that would be helpful to stop, you know, the false claims and the drugs and everything else coming in, but at the same time, you would fix the humanitarian issue, because there's individuals that actually do have an asylum claim. But unfortunately, those people are getting mixed in with everyone else, and their cases are not going to be seen either.
And while all that's happening, you've got all these NGOs, you've got all these, you're talking about the facility, millions
off of it. And, you know, they released a statement saying, hey, we're not giving money directly to NGOs. Look, the NGOs are getting tax-funded money. Federal grants, they're housing them, they're transporting them to different parts of the United States. It's just frustrating. This entire process has become really frustrating, and there seems to be no end in sight. There's no end in sight, and that's what's frustrating. And I don't think enough people understand it, because they think it's here on the border or it's a border issue. You could be here on the reservation, you could be in areas of Texas, Yuma, wherever you're at. The problem isn't just here. The problem is being caused throughout the United States. But when you start talking about the gotaways in particular, it is so easy to enter the United States, claim asylum, and get released. Just imagine how terrifying the criminal records can be of those individuals that you could say go the extra mile to not get apprehended, to not get caught. And that is all happening in this area. It's the #1 area for gotaways.